This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Friday, August 20th, and this is the Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Rescue teams are feverishly working across Dominica to find more than 24 people missing after torrential rains from Tropical Storm Erika wreaked havoc on the island. Works and Communication Minister Ian Pinner reports that 14 bodies have been recovered so far, but at least another 25 people are still missing. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit is touring hard-hit areas, and he has urged Dominicans to begin the cleanup. We get more in this report from our Sandy Dean.
Destruction of epic proportion. This description by Dominican Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit perhaps sums up best the impact of the unwelcome visitor, Tropical Storm Erika. A mammoth task awaits the rescue teams from Barbados, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, and the French Caribbean, now assembled on the battered island. Even as family and friends continue the urgent search for missing loved ones, there are raging floodwaters, broken roads and bridges, uprooted trees, fallen poles, houses swept away from their foundations. Prime Minister Skerrit says the worst affected area is Petit Savant, southeast of the capital Roseau, where as many as 20 people may have been killed as the storm made its way across the Lesser Antilles. Skerrit, who is set to address the nation later today, says the immediate focus is on finding the missing and assisting those hardest hit. He has urged Dominicans not to despair, but to step out and begin the cleanup. Sandy Dean, Barbados Today.
Back home in Barbados now, the long-awaited appointments for teachers have finally been approved. Education Minister Ronald Jones announced in a press conference this morning that 416 primary school teachers will be conferred with permanent positions by the end of September. Our Emmanuel Joseph has the details.
Speaking at a news conference in the committee room of Parliament this morning, Education Minister Jones revealed that an additional 239 primary school teachers will be appointed once a new public service teachers order is passed in Parliament later this year. Jones said that this will bring the total number of established posts at the primary and nursery level to 1,631 when one considered the 1,392 already appointed. At the secondary level, he said it was already well served with 1,172 established posts. However, the minister noted that any additional appointments in the secondary school service would first have to be negotiated with the unions. With the new appointments at the primary level, Jones said he hopes the anxiety and agitation by unions will come to an end. From Parliament, Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
Two leading educators joined a growing debate over rising crime in Barbados. Retired Principal Matthew Farley warns that there were no quick fixes to the situation facing the country, adding that the causes of crime are never simple to identify. However, he agreed that the education system had to accept some of the responsibility.
I don't think that there is any one solution from any one agency. I think we have to sit down and put our heads together and see how collectively we can find those strategies. It is not a quick fix situation that you can put your hands in a black box and pull a trick and say this will solve the problem.
Farley's position is shared by Principal of the Parkinson Memorial School, Jeff Brooms, who maintains that a strong foundation must first begin at home.
There is an unacceptably high level of deviance among young people. There's no doubt about that. Whether it be because of drugs, because of influx of weapons and guns, whatever, anything. But I don't think there's any one answer in this. You know, I think the home has a role to play in it, because I think in many cases there's a lot of absentee parents. The school has a role to play in it, because sometimes we in school tend to write off children a little too early. And I think the society and our leaders got a role to play in it, because I think we have to insist on certain standards, certain behaviors and expectations that we're not insisting on. People have to be told that societal rights are more important than individual rights.
Minister of International Business Donville Innes today issued a call for a new definition of the international business sector within the local context. He says this is necessary if the island is to see an expansion of that sector. Addressing the opening of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Barbados' International Business Update Seminar at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center this morning, Innes said that some policy and developmental changes are needed in order to help the sector make a more meaningful contribution to the economy.
This sector can make a far more meaningful contribution to our social and economic development, and to do so in a very sustainable manner. But expansion of this sector will not happen just because you and I wish for it to happen. It will grow once we bring greater clarity to the sector, stay ahead of the curve in terms of new products, have the right levels of regulation, ensure that service levels, both in the public and private sectors, are second to none, and that we continue to reinvest in both financially as well as in human resource for this important sector.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Got it in my hand, yeah. My Barbados, my bank. Got to understand, yeah. My Barbados, my bank. Ain't nothing like a core bank spare. None of them others just can't compare. You just got to love that taste. It's the world-class thing this land makes. Whether I'm cruising or at a bar, whether I'm at home, my bank spare is never far. For this blessing, got to give God thanks. My Barbados, my bank.
On the regional scene, the latest on Tropical Storm Erika, the center of the system is now south of the eastern Dominican Republic, moving towards the west-northwest, near 18 miles per hour, with maximum sustained winds near 50 miles per hour. On the forecast track, the center of Erika will move over the Dominican Republic this afternoon, move near the Turks and Caicos Islands tonight, and move near the central and northwestern Bahamas Saturday into Sunday. Portions of Cuba are now on the tropical storm watch. Now, Antigua and Barbuda was on standby to feel the onslaught of the storm yesterday, but escaped a direct hit. Met officials explain what happened in this ABS television report.
We caught up with the director of the National Office of Disaster Services, Fillmore Mullen, at the NODS headquarters on American Road.
And then I think the last real look I had was around 2:15 thereabout, when the National Hurricane Center indicated that this thing was going to pass right over Antigua Barbuda by about 5. And in that same cast, he went on to say that it has been a very difficult storm to track. I found that to be quite instructive. And then I got a little shut-eye, and by the time I got up, this thing had shifted, and I was told it is sitting on top of Dominica, and that they had flooding and cars being washed overboard and so on.
Insofar as the activities of the night and morning were concerned, Mullen reports that around 30 persons occupied the shelters, and there was one report of an electrical fire, to which the fire department responded.
finally, on the international front, the highest-ranking Catholic official to be put on trial for child abuse charges died earlier today. Joseph Wozlowski was accused of possession of child pornography and sexually abusing children during his time as papal to the Dominican Republic. His trial had to be delayed last month when he fell ill and was rushed to a hospital in Rome. And that's news. For more, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. Subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media and bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and the Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Do have a wonderful afternoon.